Today, distinguished guests gathered to celebrate 5 years of ecclesiastical stewardship under the Most Rev. Dr. Stephen and Maama Margaret Kaziimba as the 9th Archbishop and Primate of the Church of Uganda. The event took place at the Archbishop's Palace in Namirembe, Kampala. The service was led by Right Reverend Frederick Jackson Balwa, the Assistant Bishop of the Diocese of Kampala, who began by highlighting the significance of the day.
We are here at the palace celebrating the 5 years of ecclesiastical stewardship of the Most Reverend Dr. Stephen Kaziimba Mugalu and Maama Margaret as Archbishop of Church of Uganda, but also it's an inauguration of Archbishop Nkoyoyo Guest House.
The preacher of the day was Right Reverend Hannington Mutebi, the retired Assistant Bishop of the Diocese of Kampala, who in his sermon encouraged attendees to always give thanks to the Lord.
When we come to know that it is God, then this will prompt us to come and say thank you to Him. But if we are just there and complain every single day, because the situations we face in this life are hard, and they tempt us to complain every single day. You sit and then start murmuring and complaining, and then that will not lead us into giving thanks to the Lord. Instead of complaining and murmuring, at the same time, Apostle Paul tells us in 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 18, that we should give thanks in all things, all circumstances, even the bad situations.
Bishop Mutebi highlighted various worldly challenges, attributing them to the absence of God in one's life. This was followed by a thanksgiving prayer, during which all bishops present prayed for His Grace the Archbishop.
We must put God to be number one in everything we do. And always remember that true success and fulfillment come from building our lives on the foundation of faith in God. And when you see that and you have achieved all your objectives and goals, then you remember to come back and say, thank you, Lord, for the great things you have done for me. So it is the reason we are here. For Him, He cannot do it, but with your presence, He will. So we just want to once again to dedicate Him to you and pray that, Father, you continue to bless him and bless his family, Maama Margaret, the children and grandchildren.
I confess tomorrow because He lives. Oh, fear is gone.
While addressing his guests, the Archbishop called upon all bishops to support environmental conservation by planting trees. He raised this concern in light of the excessive heat the country is experiencing, which he attributed largely to deforestation.
The intense heat we are experiencing today is largely due to deforestation, especially by those seeking timber. I reiterate my call to all bishops of the Church of Uganda to make it mandatory for every confirmant to plant a tree during confirmation, and for every clergy member to ensure a tree is planted for each child baptized. We must take responsibility for preserving God's creation.
His Grace emphasized that the Church is not silent on human rights in the country, contrary to some allegations. He noted that there are ongoing diplomatic engagements with key stakeholders, including the President of the country.
Constructive engagement rather than public demonstration or media-driven advocacy, which can sometimes be exploited for personal or political gain. We remain committed to genuine advocacy that is rooted in the teaching of Jesus Christ, seeks practical solutions, and upholds the dignity of all Ugandans. The Church will continue to stand for justice while fostering peace and reconciliation. He was like you.